Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Tax File. I am your host, Laure Bala Hassan, bringing you tax affairs in a way that is clear, engaging, and easy to digest. Here's what we have lined up for you today. The news, bringing you latest updates and developments in taxation. Did you know an eye-opening tax fact you don't want to miss? Vox Pop. We take you to the streets to hear what people really think about today's topic. Knowledge Zone, simplifying key tax concepts. So stay informed. Professional insights, expert analysis to help you navigate the tax landscape. What's on the net is where we attend to your questions. It is a value-packed episode you don't want to miss. Stay with us. Let's dive right in. Now, the news. In a remarkable display of youth engagement and advocacy, the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, recently hosted a dynamic tax advocacy outreach session at Anglican Girls Grammar School, Apo, Abuja. Led by Collins Omokaro, the Special Advisor on Communications and Advocacy to the Executive Chairman, Zach Adedeji, in collaboration with the Taxpayer Service Department and Communications Department of the FIRS. The event highlighted the pivotal role of women in nation building. The students demonstrated outstanding enthusiasm and awareness of taxation's critical role in governance and national development, showcasing their potential as future advocates for good governance. Swateku reports.
The collaboration with the Taxpayer Services and Communications Department brought fresh energy to the young women at the school, who participated with remarkable enthusiasm. Their thoughtful questions, insightful discussions, and keen engagement highlighted not only their understanding of the subject, but also their potentials as future leaders and advocates for good governance. It is a transformative movement, igniting the spirit of nation building. The FIRS remains steadfast in its commitment to equipping young minds with the knowledge and passion to champion the values of governance and civic duty.
The People's Service Group, PSG, held its 2025 strategic retreat recently. The two-day event, themed Enhancing Staff Capacity for Optimal Performance, commenced with a welcome address by the host, the CDPSG, Mr. Anthony Okonkwo, who acknowledged the presence of various coordinating directors, special advisors, technical assistants, and other staff members. He emphasized that the retreat provided a platform for interactive sessions, presentations, and discussions designed to inspire and equip staff with the necessary skills and tools to achieve the service's mandate for the year. Husseina Ibrahim reports.
The event featured goodwill messages from various coordinating directors. The Coordinating Director of Corporate Service Group, Bolaji Akintola, highlighted the relevance of PSG to the service, emphasizing the importance of training and partnership.
The adoption of e-invoicing is indeed gaining momentum, as Nigeria, among other African nations, has rolled out her e-invoicing to streamline tax compliance, reduce fraud, and improve efficiency in business transactions. At the interactive stakeholder engagement recently held in Lagos, Nigeria has been identified as one of the countries lagging behind, ranking 171 out of many countries. This highlights the urgent need to align with international best practices to enhance its economic competitiveness and modernize its tax and business system. The report. A few weeks ago, a significant forum was launched, bringing together large taxpayers and now tax consultants. The goal, to interact, engage, and gather valuable feedback from these consultants on the next phase of e-invoicing implementation in Nigeria.
So one of the key benefits of this project is that it will improve compliance and reduce compliance gap. It will also reduce VAT compliance gap.
The Chief of Staff to the FIRS Chairman, Tayo Koliosho, emphasized that the project marks the second phase of engagement with key partners. He described it as a national project crafted for Nigeria by Nigerians to drive the nation forward. In a vibrant celebration of International Women's Day 2025, the FAME Foundation hosted its annual Women's Day football tournament at the Area 3 Artificial Turf in Abuja. Among the highlights of the event was the active participation of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, whose involvement underscored their dedication to promoting tax awareness as a cornerstone of national development. Swateku reports.
Themed Generation Equality International Football Tournament 2025. The event brought together diverse women's teams, including grassroots women, market women, career professionals, and internally displaced persons, IDPs. FIRS made a strong showing as one of the participating teams, clinching third place in the spirited competition, which saw Team FIDA, International Federation of Women Lawyers, emerge as the champions. Through its participation, FIRS showcased its commitment to empowering women and fostering a culture of civic responsibility. FAME Foundation, the event's organizer, praised the unifying power of sports in advancing gender equality. Honorable Ayodele Olawande, the Minister of Youth Development, graced the event, further amplifying the message of empowerment and collaboration.
And that's a wrap on the news segment. And now to our Did You Know segment.
Did you know that one of the strategic pillars of FIRS is the deployment of technology? FIRS is automating its tax collection for optimal performance through the deployment of world-class technologies such as Tax Pro Max.
Let's join Mariam for the Vox Pop.
Hello and welcome. My name is Mariam Julde Adura. Today, I'm in the Abari market in Abuja to find out what people think their taxes should be used for. Come with me. What do you think government should use your taxes for?
They should use it for community development, like building hospital, construction of road, and these other social amenities.
To create job opportunity for the youth.
Okay.
Yes, with our taxes, that is number one. Because youth are still growing up every day by day.
We don't have a good road. We have many problems, and even the workers, the minimum wage they said they will do, have never been paid up till now. All those things, they're supposed to see them through. Yeah.
I think they are doing some good jobs. I saw some road maintenance road, and they're doing it, and the flyovers is going on. I love the idea. The minister is trying. So what you expect to this, though, add more effort in terms of electricity.
They should be able to improve infrastructure, power, and health. But they're not giving us. We're not enjoying anything in Nigeria. Nigeria is for the rich or for the politicians. So all this money they're giving should get to the downtrodden, the middle class. There's no more middle class in Nigeria. We have the rich and the poor. So they need to use that money to improve infrastructure, education, health, and whatsoever.
What do you think government should use taxes for?
Madam, a lot of things.
Okay.
If you check the country now, our country is not okay. We have so many lapses that the tax can work on it. At times now, in your card now, you just see different debits. You do transfer now, they debit you. You receive a lot, they debit you. You send money, you have debits. There will be minority tariffs. And secondly, there's many things they need to do, like all those trailers that work in the afternoon. They should stop them. They stop moving in the afternoon. Let them move in the night to reduce accidents, so we can have some little safeties.
Let's bring Ashu to take us through the Knowledge Zone.
A warm welcome to Knowledge Zone. I am your host, Ashu Abe. Today we'll be exploring what our taxes are being used for. What do we use taxes for? Tax revenue is critical for funding government operations and public services directly impacting societal development, such as education, Funds are allocated for building and maintaining schools, paying teachers, and providing educational materials, ensuring access to quality education. Healthcare. Tax money supports hospital construction, healthcare worker salaries, and medical equipment procurement, enhancing public health services. Infrastructure. Investment in roads, bridges, airports, and water supply systems improves connectivity and living standards. Security. Funding for police, military, and other security agencies ensures law and order, protecting citizens and property. Social welfare programs assist the poor, elderly, and vulnerable, promoting social equity. Economic development supports projects in industrialization, agriculture, and tourism, driving economic growth. Debt servicing manages national debt, maintaining financial stability and creditworthiness. The uses demonstrate the tax revenue is the lifeblood of government functions, directly benefiting all Nigerians through improved public services. Security. Funding for police, military, and other security agencies ensure law and order, protecting citizens and property. Social welfare programs assist the poor, elderly, and vulnerable, promoting social equity. Economic development supports projects in industrialization, agriculture, tourism, driving economic growth. Debt servicing manages national debts, maintaining financial stability and creditworthiness. These uses demonstrate the tax revenue is lifeblood of government functions, directly benefiting all Nigerians through improved public services.
Finally, let's gain some expert perspectives on the professional insight.
FIRS began its digital transformation journey several years back, and it started with the creation of the modernization department that was primarily responsible for driving all the modernization and digital transformation initiatives. And over the years, FIRS has been able to grow, along these lines. The department later became a group, and then the digital, the modernization group and the digital and innovation, support group and all of that. Now, today we have the strategic management office. So that shows you the growth path that FIRS has had, and there have been significant improvements or significant milestones that have been achieved over the years while FIRS embarked on this entire journey. Now, one of the key things is the institutionalization of standard project management practices, the deployment of several automation tools for taxpayers and staff alike. They are aware that several automation platforms have been deployed over the years. We started a long time ago with what we fondly call the web portal, and then we moved to the deployment of the ITAS initiative. After that, now we've moved on to the TaxPro Max platform, where taxpayers are able to file their taxes end-to-end electronically. They can do all of that online, and there's been several other initiatives internally as well. As you're aware, the entire payment processes internally and HR processes have all been automated as well. So all of that speak to FIRS's digital transformation journey. So at this point, FIRS has even reached a level of maturity where additional tools are being deployed. FIRS is reaching deeper and further into the digital economy space, trying to keep up with the taxpayers to make sure that there's enhanced visibility into the activities, financial transactions of taxpayers, by the recent introduction of the e-invoicing platform and improvements to the TaxPro Max platform, revenue assurance and optimization solutions. Now, of course, whenever an organization goes through such changes, it's not without challenges. So some of the challenges we've encountered in the over the course of this journey is the literacy level of both internal and external stakeholders. External, like taxpayers, have had to learn how to file their returns online, to comply with the digital tools as against, manual filing that they were used to, internal processes that have been modernized, that have been automated. Now, areas where there could be potential improvement are the areas of taxpayer experience, because, the process of filing and paying taxes should be as seamless as possible. So we're constantly looking at ways to improve on this. Technology, as it is today, is not just deployed for the sake of deploying technology, right? So in an organization, thankfully, the management has set out clear and specific goals for the year. Like in this year, we're focused on technology integration, and that also happens to be one of the strategic pillars of the administration. So whatever technology is being deployed always has to align with this, strategic pillar and, strategic focus area for the year. For instance, all the tools we're deploying now are around, increasing visibility. Because, what does visibility do for a tax authority? When you know about taxpayers' transactions, then you know their tax liabilities. So we're deploying tools, monitoring the digital economy space and other areas to make sure that, we're aware of such financial activities, so that, we have profiles. We can create risk profiles for taxpayers that are in line with their business activities. Not that, when it comes to their tax returns, you have a different thing. And then when it comes to the reality of their business activities, you see a different thing. So we're trying to bring, put systems in place in such a way that, we're moving towards what we call Tax Administration 3.0, where taxpayer systems are at the center of taxation, so that, the burden of filing is highly reduced and all of that. So that is the ultimate goal. That is a target, and we're moving gradually towards that. So yeah, in terms of alignment, I can say we're fully aligned with the strategic objectives of the service. To improve, to boost voluntary compliance by using technology, one of the things specifically we've put in place is we've had our Tax Pro Max platform running for a couple of years, and we've gotten feedback from users and all different stakeholders alike. And one of the recurring themes was the ability to be able to file returns, work on financial statements and what have you offline, and then come and file those returns when they are ready. So we're working on an upgrade to Tax Pro Max platform right now that allows the taxpayers to, prepare their financial statements offline and then upload them to the system, and then, the tax computation is automatically, prepared from that and shown to them. And then so this, simplifies greatly the process of filing returns. Also, one of the specific initiatives that we are working on, that we're considering at the moment, is analyzing bank statements. So it's a tool that we're currently exploring to see how we can deploy in such a way that taxpayers' bank statements can be analyzed, and taxable transactions are actually picked up. That process is largely manual today, but we're looking at automating the process to further enhance efficiency. One of the initiatives, one of the innovations in place that FIRS is considering for, to ensure that, we expand the tax net, we deepen, the tax net as well, avoid leakages, is increasing that visibility. So as a taxpayer, if you are aware that the tax authority knows about all your transactions, then you're more likely to comply, because you know that the tax authority is aware of this has information about this transaction. So one of the things, one of the platforms that is set to achieve that is the e-invoicing, because taxpayers will now have to leverage on the platform to have all their invoices digitally stamped by FIRS before they can be honored, right? So with that in place, taxpayers are pretty much compelled to reveal or to give FIRS visibility into all their transactions. Also, we have several artificial intelligence tools that we're considering, that we're looking at how to leverage on emerging tech like AI to create risk profiles for taxpayers, where every taxpayer is properly profiled. If a taxpayer is actually a large taxpayer and today it is captured as small because we don't have visibility into all their transactions. So we're going to be leveraging on AI to create such profiles that would actually, categorize the taxpayers appropriately, make sure that what is due from each taxpayer is filed, and then those that were previously not in the tax net will be able to get visibility into these financial transactions that are taking place that previously were not, that the tax authority, that FIRS was not aware of, and then get those taxpayers into the net. Cybersecurity is not something that is a nice to have anymore. It's actually very, very, it's mandatory, so more or less, because the more you spread, you have more digital footprint. You have to actually protect that digital real estate. So one of the things that FIRS is doing about that is we have a dedicated cybersecurity division now in the technology department that their sole purpose is to focus on all this, focus on the digital landscape and, protect the service and taxpayers' data from, cyber threats and what have you. Also, we are partnering with sister agencies like NITDA to ensure that even service providers that are engaged for the purpose of providing access points or systems integration under the e-invoicing ecosystem, they are all vetted and approved by NITDA. And they're certified by NITDA before FIRS onboards them, so that they will make sure that they all comply with the Nigerian Data Protection Act, which FIRS is fully in full compliance with. So all these measures are there to make sure that taxpayers' data are safe, and we don't fall victim to cyber security attacks.
Welcome to another episode of What's on the Net. I am Amina Adiola Abbas. On X, Abiodun Ajalatu says, are there any intergovernmental agencies such as the United Nations and the likes that are on diplomatic missions in Nigeria exempted from tax on rental income? The organization has a hotel letting out to NGOs but prohibits withholding deductions. Well, at Abiodun Ajalatu, intergovernmental agencies such as the United Nations embarking on diplomatic missions in Nigeria may be exempted from tax on rental income. This exemption is typically provided under the Diplomatic Immunities and Privileges Act. In Nigeria, certain classes of income are excluded from taxable income. For instance, income earned by foreign nationals through employment with any government or agency may be exempted, provided there is an arrangement for technical assistance. Additionally, organizations like the United Nations, while on diplomatic missions, may also be exempted from withholding tax as specified in the withholding tax exemption list. It is important to note that tax exemptions can vary depending on specific circumstances and agreements between the Nigerian government and the intergovernmental agency. For example, an organization operating a hotel is not obligated to tax or deduct withholding tax from employees of NGOs renting the hotel. Furthermore, in some cases, NGOs may be charged zero-rated VAT on certain goods and services they consume, meaning they pay VAT at 0%. On X, @SwapQueen11 says, I commend the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, for making tax filing easy and seamless through innovative digital solutions like Tax Pro Max. Their commitment to efficiency and transparency has simplified the process, making compliance stress-free for taxpayers. Thank you @SwapQueen11. At FIRS, we are dedicated to make the tax process easy for our taxpayers.
And that's a wrap on this edition of Tax File. Until next time, I am Lori Bala Hassan. Stay informed, stay empowered. FIRS, simplifying tax, maximizing revenue.